The following video that you are about to watch was captured in July 2017 by an urban explorer and YouTuber who goes by the name Burbex, who visited and documented his experience in one of the most scenic yet dark places in Japan. Near the base of Mount Fuji in Japan lies a forest known as the Sea of Trees. It's a dense woodland that grew out of a 30 square kilometer patch of hardened lava from the last major eruption of the mountain. Over the years, it's gained a reputation as a place where people go to end their lives. If you venture far enough inside, finding personal belongings, or even a body, isn't uncommon. Right near the entrance, there's a sign in Japanese that reads, "Quietly think once more about your parents, siblings, and children. Please don't suffer alone. First, reach out." It's a somber warning of what many visitors come here intending to do. The video starts out uneventful, showing him walking through the trees and narrating what he sees. But just a few minutes in, things take a disturbing turn.
I'm only a few meters away from the road right now, but I've already found an abandoned bike. It's actually a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look at it. I don't think it's been here a long time. What do we got in here? And there's a packet for a knife. I think I've just found some kind of note in a bag. It says 1211. I can't quite make out. I think this is somebody's name just here, and I'm not sure what this means.
He comes across an abandoned bicycle. On top of it, there's an empty package that once held a kitchen knife. Then, a few minutes later, he finds a note written on a plastic bag, the translation of which is what you should be able to see on your screen. Based on the wording, it appears to be an official marker, possibly left by police, confirming the site as related to a suicide. The discovery is haunting and serves as a grim reminder of just how many lives have ended in this forest. Over time, Japanese authorities have tried to intervene. Security cameras now monitor the forest entrance, and volunteers are trained to talk to people who might be in crisis. But despite these efforts, the reputation of the forest continues to draw people in. And in recent years, media attention and online sensationalism have only made things worse. YouTuber Ads Ventures takes his stealth camper van out to the woods in honor of Halloween night. He brings his van as close to the woods as he can before he has to continue into the woods on foot.
Here for now. Unfortunately, this is the closest that we can get to the woods. We can't take the van any further, but I will be going in there on foot.
To get into the woods, he had to pass an old church and a cemetery sitting right along the edge of the tree line. Once he made it in, he set up and decided to make himself a latte. That's when strange things started happening.
I don't really think this through. I should have got a saucepan with a lid.
In the background of the footage, a white shadow can be seen moving past. Easy to miss if you're not paying attention. A few minutes later, he starts hearing strange noises nearby, and at certain points, faint orb-like lights appear in the distance.
What's that? I've come up to that bit where the light was just shining. What? He's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Why the hell?
But maybe the most unsettling moment is when a silhouette briefly shows up in the light, just for a second.
He's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out.
He continues walking and suddenly stops. He says he's certain he saw someone standing ahead of him in the dark.
I swear, I keep seeing someone. Hold on. There's no one there, but I swear there was. I think I'm gonna go this way, to be honest with you. What the hell? That is a person. I'm not even joking. What the f? I can't see anything. Oh, what was that?
According to him, they even turned around and looked right at him. Some viewers in the comments think it might have been a mannequin, possibly left there as a Halloween prank. Others point to the orbs, the cemetery, and the shadow. and suggests something paranormal was going on. And of course, there are always a few people who think the whole thing was staged. Whatever the case, what actually happened out there that night is still up for debate.
If you've made it this far into the video, I request you to like and subscribe. I promise you, it will be worth it.
Eping Forest is often called the most haunted forest in the UK, a place where shadows whisper and the air hangs heavy with mystery. Over the years, thousands of bodies have been discovered in and around the forest. Devil worship, satanic rituals, human sacrifices. Eping Forest has seen it all. It's the kind of place most people steer clear of after dark. But that's exactly where Dan, from the channel Exploring with Fighters, was headed one night, joined by his friend James, for what would turn into an unforgettable experience.
Is this truly the cursed body of water that's so famous of Eping Forest?
At first, the night felt calm as they set up camp by the infamous cursed waters, gathered firewood, and settled around the fire. They swapped stories and soaked in the quiet of the evening. But as the night deepened, so did the unease. They decided to explore further into the woods and set up a spirit box, hoping to make contact with whatever might be lingering in the forest. For a while, everything remained eerily still. Then, in the distance, they noticed a strange light.
That's into the forest. Unless there's someone out with a torch. I can't see it now. Now, unless something happened on the audio, apart from there was a light back there, but it could be someone with a torch walking around. They could be walking their dogs. Some people come out at 5 o'clock in the morning, they're crazy. If you're one of them crazy people, let me know. But yeah, if there's nothing happened on the audio, then nothing technically happened.
They figured it was about time to pack it in, but just as they were winding down, the atmosphere shifted. And that's when it
For some
started.
reason, it's just not responding. So I'm trying to update it. What's that? Shh. Fucking hell. Oh my handle on this. God. Is it raining?
Don't know.
Is it someone walking around?
Sounds like someone walking around.
Slow and deliberate footsteps began circling around their tent. Someone, or something, was out there. It might have been the person holding the flashlight they'd seen earlier.
Why is the frame getting bigger? Don't know. What?
What's that shadow? Is that you? Oh my.
Stop.
You can't see it on this camera, there's a show. Anything?
No. Pass me a can. Come out with me. Come out. Wait. You see anyone?
No.
The fuck was that? Bro, you said you saw a shadow?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
The tent or in the fire?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
100%.
Because I tell you what, that fire was getting bigger, right? Hold on, I'm freaking out. Right, what did I hear first? I heard a woman. There was a woman first.
As they try to listen closely, that's when a chilling voice that sounded like a woman could be clearly heard even in the video.
Is that you? Oh my... Stop. You can't see it on this camera, there's a shot.
As the sounds grew louder, they stepped outside to investigate, but found no one. Trying to make sense of what was happening, they set up some equipment outside to catch any movement or sound, and that's when they hear something chilling.
Is that recording? Did you just hear that? Dan's over there. I hope that camera's recording. Dan, if you're watching this, right, as you're over at your car, I'm setting up to do a quick thumbnail, and I swear to God, right, there was a woman's voice.
A woman's voice, again, echoing through the trees. But the source remains unseen. Deciding that was enough for one night, they retreated back to their tent, and finally, the forest went still. The next morning, they packed up and left, but the mysteries of Eping Forest stayed in their thoughts long after they were gone. Creepy Outdoors is a channel where the uploader documents his nighttime visits to remote outdoor locations, all year round. In October 2022, he uploaded a video of a solo camping trip to an unnamed forest, far from civilization. He filmed everything he saw while exploring the woods in complete darkness. For the first few minutes, all you can hear is his breathing. And you can't help but think, it takes a lot of nerve to walk through a dark forest alone, not knowing what you might run into. Could be an animal, could be something else. As the video goes on, he makes a few quiet comments about what he sees, and there's no sign that anyone else is nearby. But around the 13-minute mark, something unexpected happens.
Oh, hi. What? I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. That was creepy. I need to get out of here.
A disturbing voice yells out from somewhere in the distance, telling them that they can see them. It sounds like it could have been a coyote or a fox, but because it was so clear, it's also possible it was a person. Maybe another camper who heard the uploader talking and decided to mess with him. Still, it's strange. The forest is remote, and there's no obvious reason anyone else would be out there, especially at that time of night. What makes it even creepier is the timing. The yell came right after the uploader turned off his headlamp, almost like whoever or whatever it was had been waiting for that moment. Thankfully, the uploader made it back to his camp safely. He never found out who or what made the sound, but he's continued uploading outdoor footage ever since. The Facts by HowToHunt.com is a channel focused on sharing outdoor knowledge and encouraging people to explore the wilderness. But in January 2022, they uploaded something different, a video that left many viewers unsettled. In the video, a group of teenagers are caught on camera reacting to some strange and unnerving sounds coming from deep within the woods.
You hear it? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light. Hey! That was not an elk. Where's that coming from? Get my keys. Oh, get ready.
Everybody, get in my truck.
Now, when you're out in the forest at night, it's not unusual to mistake animal sounds for something more sinister. Foxes, coyotes, even bobcats, they're all capable of making noises that sound eerily like human screams. But what was captured in this video didn't sound like any animal most people are familiar with, especially when you consider the loud banging on the trees. Elk might rub their antlers on trunks, but not with that kind of force or intensity. Some viewers in the comments suggested the screams could have come from an actual person, which, if true, might be even more disturbing than the idea of an animal. A man screaming alone in the forest in the middle of the night isn't exactly comforting either. Others have thrown out the idea that the video might have been staged, but the uploader's reaction, along with those of the teens, felt pretty genuine. Either way, nothing definitive was ever found. And whatever was making those sounds, it's probably for the best that the group didn't end up coming face to face with it. On February 11th, 2024, stealth camping YouTuber Brendan Explores posted a video of himself spending the night in the small village of Jaywick, England. The thing about Jaywick is, it's been named the most deprived town in all of England. A combination of high unemployment and poor living conditions has pushed many of its residents toward a life of crime. Brendan, however, wanted to see the village firsthand, to decide for himself whether it was truly as bad as the media made it out to be. His first impressions were surprisingly positive. He admired the natural landscapes surrounding the village and seemed to enjoy the quiet atmosphere. But what started as a lighthearted escape to the countryside quickly spiraled into something else. It began with him driving through the town, searching for a discreet spot to park his van before it got dark. He eventually found a parking lot that looked promising and decided to stay there for the night. But it didn't take long for the red flags to show up. People were riding around blasting gangster rap from a speaker. And a group of street racers tore down the road right in front of the parking lot. As the evening approached, Brendan was left completely alone in that lot, making him a prime target for anyone looking to cause trouble. So after thinking it over, he decided to leave the area and find a more secluded spot to camp. He eventually drove down a dirt trail and parked in the middle of nowhere, a place with no houses and no major roads nearby. But that turned out to be the worst decision he could have made. At around 2:30 a.m., about 4 hours after he went to sleep, he was woken up by the sound of someone walking around his van.
I think someone's outside the van. Half-past 2.
Disturbingly, this person then tried to open the van's sliding door.
Someone just tried the door.
But before Brendan even had a chance to fully grasp what was going on, his passenger side window was brutally shattered.
Hey!
Whoever it was ran off the moment Brendan started shouting. In the video's description, Brendan speculated that the person might have been trying to steal the mini refrigerator he had sitting on the passenger seat, which might not be entirely accurate, but it's clear they were trying to grab something, and once they heard Brendan's voice, they decided to bolt from that spot. How they found his van out in the middle of nowhere, though, is still unknown. Maybe they followed him from town, or maybe they were already out there. Either way, it could have ended a lot worse. It's quite unsettling how Brendan managed to stay so composed when he said he'd found the perfect quiet spot, miles from town, down a pitch-black road with nobody else around. It already felt like the setup to something unsettling. The idea of being completely alone in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by total darkness, was enough to make anyone's skin crawl. Also, the fact that he managed to fall asleep in that kind of situation is honestly hard to believe. One wrong encounter, like a group of guys showing up with their hoods up and bad intentions, and things could have gone south real fast. But in the end, it's a good thing he made it back home safe. While nothing tragic happened, the experience was terrifying enough to rattle Brendan. Instead of staying the night, he drove through the darkness until sunrise just to get home. And honestly, it was the right move. He's still making stealth camping videos, but now he's far more cautious about where he parks, especially when it comes to remote or isolated spots. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. I'll reply to each comment and pin the best one. Also, make sure to like and subscribe for more such content. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay spooky.